Let's talk about the Metroid Prime Remaster on Nintendo Switch. They did more than just port this game over. It is a complete redesign of all the graphics. It looks really good. You can look up a side-by-side video that Game Explain did. Does a great job showing you not only are the textures better, but like the opening scene, there's like this ship and it's got like new little compartments on the ship. Like way new design to it. It's gonna feel like the same old game, and I forgot how cool this game is. You know, just like Ocarina of Time, it is their first time turning Metroid into a 3D game, and they knocked it out of the park. You can tell there's so much passion going on here. I really like the level of challenge. Of course, it is a Metroid style game, so you may get a little lost, but it's actually not that bad these days. Now that I've got a little bit more gaming experience under my belt, it's a little more linear than you actually may think. But what I like about the challenge so far after playing it for 5 hours is that whenever I die, I go back to where I died and I get past it. And to me, that's how you know there's a good level of challenge in a game, right? Who else agrees with me on that? Because basically, I like dying a little bit, but I don't want to keep having to go back over and over and over again, feeling like the game's being cheap or like I'm not learning. And both times I had to just go back to the area where I was and be a little more careful, and I got through it. I also like that it's a first-person shooter, but you're not shooting people, and it's not like typical like assault rifles or whatever, you know what I mean? It's actually like a blaster. It's got a lot of sci-fi to it, which makes it more imaginative than like a Call of Duty type game to me, and there's just so much lore too. You can scan everything everywhere you go. And I want to say, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is one of the first games to use that scanning mechanic, and now you see that everywhere. No Man's Sky, whatever. Not to mention, this game reminds me of Doom 2016 a little bit, and I really feel like the Doom reboot took inspiration from Metroid Prime to begin with. In Metroid Prime, you can just scan everything, learn all about the backstory, and each little area too, even on the GameCube version, it's not cookie cutter. I remember loving it when it came out on GameCube. I thought the graphics and visuals were so awesome just because it's almost like no two rooms look the same, right? You know what I mean? Like, you can tell that it's a little worn, a little corridor is a little off, or it might actually go downwards when you think you would just walk straight. I can just tell there's like a lot of love and passion put into the game to begin with, and that shines through on the remaster even more. I recommend it. The fact that it's $40, not 60, I think that's appropriate. I know that they did a lot of work and put a lot of work into this game, but it is a GameCube game. I think $40 is the right price. So if you want to explore that game again, I recommend the remaster.